Thanks for watching this report. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe and give the James Anthony Report a like. Feel free to repost any of the videos you find interesting and share these with everyone you know. Continue supporting the James Anthony Report by going to jamesanthonyreport.com. Click the live link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen right now to purchase from one of our great sponsors.
And works to
sharing of bias.
Laws in the court.
What exactly caused this?
To follow the CDC guidelines.
Designed to initially home in on radiation emitted from a target, such as the active
I don't think so. But January, all she does is January. She's like,
Jesus will meet us right where we are.
Just 5 short years ago, the United States lost its collective mind. The future of science and medicine, intrigue and inquiry, and philosophical questions debating the morality of things like lockdowns, masking, and the injectables that were largely forced upon the masses were the least of the real-life consequences of such actions being discussed in the mainstream media. And that was right in front of your eyes. Unlike the current rise of AI and the advent of super AI that is quickly gaining hold of each aspect of our daily lives. According to the nonprofit Arch Mission Foundation, several space missions have already taken place to allegedly preserve humanity's knowledge and even humanity itself. A data synchronization program called Space Chain was launched in 2018 to network the solar system. In 2019, a lunar library containing 30 million pieces of data, images, and books were sent to the moon. A second mission of this launched just last year, but perhaps the most frightening initiative is that of the bioarchive. A Noah's Ark of DNA that claims to be preserving humanity, but is being used on space stations to better manipulate the building blocks of life itself. Using biobanks for space colonization or creating synthetic life forms may seem really far out to our imagination. But the harvesting of DNA in these public-private partnerships are already figuring out ways to store vast amounts of data using DNA as the medium to do so. But the questions are these. If the samples are sent to space, who owns them? And let's say the data is found by some other life form, is it still yours? Is there potential for eugenics, enslavement, or ongoing experimentation? And exactly whose story gets told here? Or the more real question of contaminating space and other planets? And what if we do come to our senses one day as a species and decide later that this was wrong? What then? You see, if people really cared about things like poverty, inequality, and climate change, as the political left often claims, is this justifiable to spend our resources like this? The answer is no. This is James Anthony reporting.
Jesus will meet us right where we are.